Hello delegators, welcome to another video with Titan Node, the #1 place to delegate your stake. Today we will be walking you through how to move your Livepeer tokens between layer 1 and layer 2 on the Ethereum and Arbitrum network. In this video we will be going through 3 subjects. First, setting up your wallet to view Livepeer tokens. Second, using the Arbitrum Bridge. And third, alternative methods for moving between layers, such as exchanges, AMMs, and routers. Let's get started. In the first part of this video, I would like to go through how we can display our Livepeer tokens on the Arbitrum network so that we can easily go through the next part of this tutorial. Now, this might not be very intuitive, so we will go through this together. The first thing we can do is open up our MetaMask. And we're just using MetaMask for this example. Different wallets might need different functions in order to get through this. So the first part is to go up to the network we'll be using. And because we are going to be using Arbitrum, we can actually just click the drop down here and we can select Arbitrum. When we select that, we can see that we are now on the new network. This is the account that already has some ETH. But as you can see, there's no other tokens listed here. And so what we want to do is we want to import the token of LPT so that when the LPT arrives, it will show up and we're not concerned about where it might have been placed. So in this case, we can click Import Tokens. And here it's going to ask for a contract address, token symbol, and the token decimals. So the easiest way to get the contract address is if we head over to the docs.livepeer.org website, you can view the deployed contract addresses here. Now, when you're going to be looking at different addresses on this YouTube video or using the link in the description below, which is where I will post this, make sure you verify that this contract address is correct. You can simply click on it and you can see that the token tracker is Livepeer. You can click on this token tracker specifically and it gives us some interesting details about holders and all these kinds of things. But this is the current contract address. We can copy this. So it's ending in 839. Again, if this YouTube video has been manipulated or the description below does not match this 839, then you could lose your tokens if you don't do this correctly. So please go verify that this is the current and correct token address. Again, it's copied here right under the Livepeer token for the Arbitrum network. So we can go up to our MetaMask again here. We can import tokens and we can paste that in there. Obviously, it does recognize that this is Livepeer, so it auto-populates these two, and we can hit Add Custom Token. Once it does that, you will see that this account actually already has some Livepeer. As you can see, it wasn't listed before, so we can import tokens. And if we go back, you can see now that there is 1.1 tokens, Livepeer tokens, in this Arbitrum network on this node. So this is really important to do this step because some people might have tokens, have used the bridge, or have accumulated tokens onto the Arbitrum network, but it hasn't been displayed yet. So the next steps in this tutorial, we're going to show you how to get on and off the Arbitrum network. But I just wanted to show you this now in case you are having some issues. Different wallets have different requirements, but this is the official place, docs.livepeer.org, where you can find the addresses for the Livepeer token, both on Ethereum, Arbitrum, and Ethereum. So I just wanted to cover that real quick as we jump into the next part of this video. In the second part of this video, we will be depositing Livepeer tokens from Ethereum to Arbitrum. So the way we can do that is we can head to bridge.arbitrum.io. And once we arrive here, we can see that there is this bridging tool. As you can see, we have some balance on layer 1, and we already have some balance on layer 2, but for the sake of this tutorial, there is actually no transactions on this particular account. So for moving Livepeer, we need to first select the token Livepeer. We can click the token button, and as you can see, it gives us a list of tokens that we already have listed in this wallet. This might not show up for you. Specifically, the Livepeer token might not be here. So we can go down to Manage Token List, and we can enable the CoinMarketCap list, as well as, if you want, the Arbitrum Gemini list. If we enable all these lists, it will give us an opportunity to search all the tokens that are whitelisted basically in the Arbitrum Bridge. If we go back, we can see Livepeer here is listed. We can also search it by the token name or symbol. In this case, if we type LPT, here it is. Now, again, we want to verify that this is the correct address, ending in B239. If we head over to the deployed contracts, we can see that the Ethereum mainnet is ending in B239. This is because we are looking up for the Livepeer token on the Ethereum mainnet first. You can just select it, and you can see here, now we can enter the amount we want to put in. So we are going to transfer over one Livepeer token for now. And as you can see, again, we already have a layer 2 balance, but for the purpose of this address, or the purpose of this tutorial, you can see that it ends in A839, which again, if you look up here, just to be extra cautious, that is the correct address over there. So it is correctly looked it up. We can now do our bridge over to layer 2. We can click deposit, and it's asking us, we do not want to bridge, and if you're not absolutely certain of what you're doing, but yes, we do want to move our funds over to Arbitrum. It will prompt us for our transaction. We can confirm it. This is on a treasure, so I will be right back. And as you can see, it is now processing the transaction and pending down below. So once this transaction has approved, which took less than a minute, it prompts us for another transaction, which is to actually bridge the tokens. So again, I will scroll down here, and this transaction is probably going to be more expensive, but we can confirm this and start the bridging process. Once that has gone through, you can see now there is a deposit and we are waiting. And one last time, you can see that the deposit is now confirmed on layer 1 and we're waiting on layer 2. So it usually takes about 10 minutes. Once the 10 minutes is up, our funds should be available on layer 2. So after about 10 minutes, you can see that our balance has increased from 0.5 to 1.5. We have our approval and deposit successfully confirmed. And if we open up our MetaMask account, you can see that on the Ethereum chain, we have just everything we had before. But if we switch to the Arbitrum network, we can view our new token balance right here in our wallet because we already imported it in the first part of this tutorial. Additionally, if you head over to explore.livepeer.org, you can view a list of orchestrators, you can click their profile, and if you wish, you can stake your 1.5 balance in the Explorer UI. If you'd like to check out other videos on how to stake or how to choose a Livepeer orchestrator, please check out the other videos in my YouTube channel or the link at the top right of this video. That concludes the end of moving from layer 1 to layer 2. The next part will be moving from layer 2 back to layer 1. In order to move our Livepeer tokens off of Arbitrum and back to Ethereum, there are a number of extra steps that we need to go through, as well as a 7-day waiting period for those tokens to move from layer 2 to layer 1. Those extra steps we need to take, we will go through them together. And if you are not familiar with this, don't worry, we're going to try and make it as simple as possible. So In order to move our Arbitrum tokens, we first need to approve that the Arbitrum Bridge is allowed to interact with the Livepeer token contract address before we can attempt to use the Arbitrum Bridge. So the way we can do this is we can go to the Livepeer token, we can click on this, and what we're going to do is we're going to click on contract. Then we are going to click on write contract, and here it's going to ask us to connect to Web3. We can go ahead and do that. We will use MetaMask. Once you've connected your wallet, it might get you to click it again if it stays red, in which case it will just give you a warning that this is still in beta, and we can click OK. It should turn green, and this will give us the OK to move forward. So what we need to do here is allow the Arbitrum Bridge to spend our LPT on behalf of our Arbitrum account in order to bridge it back to layer 1. The way we do that is we need to use this approve function, which is a number 1. We need to enter the Arbitrum Bridge address for LPT and the amount that we wish to approve the bridge to send. So the way we find this address, if we head back to the deployed contract addresses, if we scroll down, you'll see this layer 2 LPT gateway. This is the gateway address for Livepeer. We can copy this, ending in D318. We can paste that in there, and this is giving this address, this gateway address, permission to spend on our behalf. This is for the Arbitrum Bridge, so we are allowing it. The second thing we need to do is enter the amount that we wish to have it spend for us. Now, this is denominated in Wei, so it is 18 decimal points to the right. In order to get the correct amount, we can use this unit converter, which is etherscan.io/unit converter. If we were to head down here to the ether section, I've already inputted 1.5, but say you wanted to do 0.258 or any of these amounts, it will automatically convert it for us. In this case, we're going to do the full 1.5, and we can scroll up to the Wei version, which is this amount right here. We can copy this. This is the equivalent of 1.5 LPT. This is 1 followed by 18 zeros or 17 zeros. Anyway, it's just the amount. Copy that, and we can go ahead and put this into our amount that we want to spend. So just to recap, allowing this to spend it, and this is the equivalent of 1.5 LPT. We can now write this contract, so we click write, and it will prompt us for our transaction. You can scroll down and hit confirm. Once you've sent that transaction, you can actually view your transaction right here and make sure it goes through. Again, Arbitrum is very, very fast, so it won't take long for this to approve. Next, we can head over to the Arbitrum Bridge, which is where we just came from in the first part of this bridging process. Once you are here, you can see that our transaction is ready, going from layer 2 to layer 1 with the withdraw button enabled. If you press the little arrow here, it'll go back to deposit. But in this case, we want to go from layer 2 to layer 1, which is a withdraw function. We can select Livepeer. Again, you might need to go into the managed token list, check off all the whitelisted addresses, and then from here you can search LPT for Livepeer. We can select the Livepeer contract address. We have our 1.5 LPT ready for withdrawal, and we can now enter it in here and go ahead and withdraw process. If we just simply click withdraw, you can see that this transaction will take 8 days. It might take 7 or 8, at which you will have to come back again and do a layer 1 transaction to claim the tokens. So this is for putting the LPT tokens into an 8-day waiting period, which you'll have to come back. So we can move the funds to Ethereum. It will prompt us for a transaction, and we can confirm that. After we've approved that transaction, you can see we have a new action here, which is withdrawal redeem on layer 1. It is currently unconfirmed, and if we go to claim it, it'll say that the transaction must be confirmed, and we have to wait approximately 1 week. So it will stay like this for a week until we come back, and you can see our new layer 2 balance is currently 0. If we come back a week later, you will see that the transaction is now confirmed. And when we go to claim it, it says that you are on a layer 2 and you must be on a layer 1 network to claim withdrawal. So if you are still on this page, or if you get this error, the simplest way to change that is to head up to your MetaMask, and at the top, you can change from Arbitrum into the Ethereum mainnet. Once you click that, it should give us our ability to now claim our tokens since they are confirmed. Now, this is a different account that I had done this prior, so there's less LPTs, not the exact same one. But just for tutorial purposes, we can click claim, and again, it'll prompt us for our transaction, in which case this will be a layer 1 transaction, which may cost a little bit more than Arbitrum. We can confirm that. And as you can see, it is now pending the actual redeeming on layer 1. And this is simply just the block time it takes in order to get onto layer 1, which may take up to 15 or seconds or 1 minute or wherever the current time is. Once it is confirmed, you will see the status is success and we have received our Livepeer. The way we can check to make sure that has gone through, you can open up your MetaMask. You can scroll down and you can see that we now have our Livepeer. This is the amount that I had sent for 1 week. If you don't see this right away on your layer 1, which is Ethereum, just go ahead and click the refresh list, and it should populate your Livepeer tokens on Ethereum, just because it's already built into MetaMask, whereas Arbitrum might require us to manually import the token. That is how you get from layer 2 to layer 1, and vice versa. In the last part of this video, I would like to cover different methods for getting tokens between different layers, between Ethereum and Arbitrum. If we head over to the bridge.arbitrum.io website, there's actually a button here that shows different off-ramps and on-ramps of dealing with Arbitrum. If we click on it, it will give us a list of all the different options of people that have integrated Arbitrum into their services. Now, for the purpose of this video, we'll be dealing with exchanges, AMMs, and routers. So let's start with exchanges. If we click on centralized exchanges, we can see that these are the exchanges that deal with Arbitrum, that have it integrated. Now, whether they can actually deal with Livepeer directly may or may not be enabled. But for instance, if we just click on Binance, we can see that it's just a regular centralized exchange. And according to their announcement, Binance completes their Arbitrum 1 integration and opens layer 2 ETH deposits. So they enabled ETH deposits, but not necessarily maybe Livepeer. So as the network matures, we're going to have more and more centralized exchanges that can just deal with layer 2 deposits directly. So there won't be any bridging needs, which would be very, very helpful as time goes on. So you can check out these different exchanges and see if we can skip the whole bridging process altogether, as you can deposit on there and then potentially withdraw onto layer 1 or any other asset you wish. So we're not doing a deep dive into exchanges. I just wanted to show you different exchanges you can use. Next, we're going to jump into AMMs and routers. If we continue on with the Arbitrum 1 portal, we have a number of other options. Now, if we want to move Livepeer off of layer 2 onto layer 1, there might be some other options, such as taking our Livepeer tokens, swapping them to Ethereum, and then using different routers and instant swaps to get it back onto layer 1 without having to go through a centralized exchange. So the first step of this is actually to deal with an AMM or a swap. If we click on the swapping option here, we can actually scroll down and we can view Uniswap. Uniswap is a very popular AMM, and it allows for Arbitrum swapping of assets. If you click up at the top right, you can actually switch your network down to Arbitrum, and it will prompt us to switch. And from here, we can actually select the Livepeer token, LPT. And if it doesn't show up, again, we can head over to the deployed contracts. We can take the Arbitrum deployed contract address, copy that, go back to Uniswap, paste that in there, and you'll see that Livepeer token does populate, and we can import this. And from there, we can head into something like ETH. Now, when we do that, we can actually swap our LPT directly to ETH on Arbitrum. And then from there, you can use either a bridge or a router to back onto layer 1. So this is just an option of using a swap to get you into something that's a little more user-friendly and widely accepted between chains. The last topic I want to talk about is instant bridges and routers. So if we again are at the Arbitrum 1 portal, we can head over to bridges. The 3 bridges I'm going to cover today are Across, Connects, and dBridge. If you head over to these are all a little bit different and have different pros and cons and liquidities, so you'll have to choose the ones you prefer. These are the ones that I've experimented with and had some luck with. Obviously, there's a lot more to go through, but I will just cover the 3 that I have had some experience with. So with Across, you can simply choose the Arbitrum train. This is an instant bridge option. So if you want to move Ethereum from Arbitrum to Ethereum chain, you can simply do that by connecting your wallet and selecting the amount that you want to do. And obviously it will give you some options for sending over Ethereum. Now, it will take 1 to 3 minutes rather than the 8 days. So you can use this in combination with Uniswap to first get it into Ethereum and then swap it over on an instant bridge such as Across. Another option you can do is Connects. Connects is another across-chain transfer. Again, it's like an instant bridge. We can head from Arbitrum over to Ethereum, and again, we can select the token of Ethereum, and it will give us all the options again if we want to do this. Now, this is really amazing because there will be different liquidities and different amounts that you can send. They will all have different gas fees as well. So again, this is an instant bridge. The last thing I want to cover is dBridge, which I would consider more of a router than anything. As you can see, it does a whole lot of different chains, and it does end-to-end swapping of the actual tokens itself. So if you head to the Ethereum or Arbitrum chain and you clicked on the token you want, you can actually, right from here, directly grab the Livepeer token address that is on Arbitrum. You can paste it in here, and it will show us the Livepeer token. Once from here, it will actually auto-populate the same token that is found on the Ethereum chain, and you can see that we can go ahead and just swap directly Livepeer to Livepeer, Arbitrum to Ethereum instantly on this one routing mechanism that it provides. So it is definitely very useful. As you can see, there's quite a fee to do it. It's currently $23, but it's actually not that bad, and very, very simple. So dBridge is very useful if you're looking for a simple solution to go between chains right from Livepeer to Livepeer, and you can use this. So those are some options for routing and instant transfers between chains. I hope this tutorial was helpful. As the network develops, there'll be lots of different options, but I hope that this was a nice guide to get you started in dealing with Livepeer, layer 1s, layer 2s, and overall the idea of a rollup, which is a layer 2 on Ethereum. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, please consider delegating to Titan Node. You earn Ethereum and Livepeer for delegating to the Titan Node Orchestrator. Also, please join our Discord, either the Livepeer public one or the Titan Node Pool Discord, where you can learn and get support from others. Thank you so much for watching, and have a great day.